Top 13 foods to prevent leg cramps in seniors even at night. If you knew about 13 simple foods, you might never again wake up in the middle of the night with your legs locked in painful cramps. For many older adults, these sudden spasms seem like an unavoidable part of growing older. But the truth is, they do not have to be. Science and tradition both show us that the answer is often not found in a bottle of pills, but right on the plate in front of us. In today's video, we will reveal 13 foods that can bring peace back to your nights and fill your mornings with renewed energy. Before we begin, leave us a comment below and tell us where you are watching from. And make sure to stay with us until the very end, because the final item is something so familiar, yet so powerful, that it may surprise you. Now let's begin with the very first food. Number 1, bananas. It may be surprising, even unsettling, to learn that something as small as a mineral imbalance can turn a quiet night into hours of painful struggle. When potassium levels fall too low, muscles no longer respond smoothly, nerves send confused signals, and what should be rest is interrupted by sharp, involuntary cramps. For many older adults, these nighttime episodes feel like an unavoidable part of aging. The truth, however, is that they are not inevitable, and the solution can be far simpler than imagined. A retired teacher in Ohio once shared that she had spent nearly a decade waking in the early hours with her legs locked in pain. At first she blamed it on age, believing there was nothing she could do. Her doctor, however, encouraged her to add a single banana each morning. Within just a few weeks, she noticed a profound difference. Nights that had once been restless grew peaceful again, and her mornings began with energy instead of fatigue. Across the ocean, an elderly gardener in southern Italy told a similar story. Years of kneeling in vineyards had left him fearful of cramps that struck without warning. Yet when he began eating a banana daily, paired with a few nuts, he felt strong enough to return to his vines, moving with freedom and joy he thought he had lost. The reason behind these transformations is rooted in simple science. Potassium is an essential mineral that regulates the delicate balance between nerves and muscles. Without it, muscles become excitable and prone to sudden contractions. One medium banana offers about 400 milligrams of potassium, enough to restore stability to tired muscles. For those watching blood sugar, smaller or firmer bananas provide the same benefit without a rapid spike. When combined with protein or magnesium from foods like yogurt or almonds, the effect is even more protective. Yet the lesson reaches beyond nutrition. Preventing cramps is not only about what is on the plate, but also about how the mind and body are cared for each day. Light stretching before bed, drinking water consistently, and maintaining a calm, hopeful outlook all work together with food to create balance. Muscles respond not just to minerals, but to movement, hydration, and the steady rhythm of a positive mindset. Choosing a banana is, in this sense, more than choosing a fruit. It is choosing to listen to the body's signals and respond with kindness rather than resignation. It is an act of trust in the body's capacity to heal, and a reminder that even small steps can bring real relief. Adding a banana to oatmeal in the morning, blending it into a smoothie, or enjoying it in the afternoon with a handful of almonds is not only a dietary choice, but a daily affirmation. Health can improve, nights can be restful, and age can still be lived with comfort, dignity, and vitality. Number 2, avocados. A grandmother in California once shared a simple but powerful change that transformed her daily life. For years, she dreaded the nighttime cramps that woke her from sleep and the morning stiffness that made her joints feel heavy. Her granddaughter encouraged her to add just half an avocado to her breakfast, sometimes on toast with lemon, other times blended into a smoothie. Within a few short months, the difference was striking. The cramps that had interrupted her nights began to fade. Her steps grew lighter, and she returned to her rose garden with a sense of joy she thought she had lost. The secret lies in the avocado's unique nutritional profile. One medium avocado provides nearly 975 milligrams of potassium, more than twice what is found in a typical banana, and about 58 milligrams of magnesium. Together, these minerals relax muscles, calm nerve activity, and reduce the likelihood of sudden nighttime spasms. Beyond minerals, avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, which have been shown in multiple studies to reduce inflammation and improve cardiovascular health. These fats also enhance the absorption of vitamin D, a nutrient critical for calcium regulation and muscle contraction. What makes this especially important for older adults is that both potassium and magnesium levels often decline with age, partly due to medications such as diuretics and partly due to reduced nutrient absorption. A steady supply from natural sources like avocado helps restore that balance gently without the risk of oversupplementation. In addition, avocados contain antioxidants such as lutein and phytosterols, compounds that research has linked to improved joint function and reduced stiffness, which is why many seniors notice relief not just from cramps, but from arthritis-related discomfort. The lesson extends beyond science. Including avocado in the diet is not just about preventing pain, but about making a conscious choice each day to nurture strength and resilience. It is a reminder that even in later years, small changes can renew energy and restore confidence in the body. Preparing avocado toast, adding slices to a salad, or blending it into a dip with fresh herbs can become rituals of self-care, as nourishing for the spirit as they are for the body. Half an avocado a few times per week is often enough to bring noticeable benefits. When paired with calcium-rich foods like yogurt or magnesium-rich greens like spinach, the effect is even stronger. The act itself is simple, but the outcome is profound. Fewer cramps, more restful nights, and the return of ease to everyday movements. Just as the grandmother rediscovered joy in her garden, so too can older adults rediscover vitality by making mindful choices at the table. The avocado is not only food, it is a quiet reminder that renewal, balance, and freedom from pain remain within reach at every stage of life. Number 3. Spinach. In 2015, researchers at the Karolinska Institute in Sweden published a study showing that natural nitrates found in leafy greens such as spinach could significantly improve blood flow to the muscles. For older adults, better circulation means not only stronger legs during the day, but also fewer painful cramps at night. The study concluded that nitrates help the body produce nitric oxide, a molecule that relaxes and widens blood vessels, ensuring oxygen and essential minerals reach the muscles where they are needed most. This scientific insight has changed the way many nutritionists think about spinach. Long known for its magnesium content, spinach is now celebrated for its dual power. It relaxes muscles through magnesium and improves circulation through nitrates. A single cup of cooked spinach provides about 157 milligrams of magnesium, nearly 40% of the daily value for older adults, making it one of the most efficient ways to support tired, overworked muscles. Consider the experience of a retired nurse in Boston who used to suffer from severe cramps in her calves, waking her multiple times each night. Her doctor recommended adding spinach to her dinners 3 to 4 times a week, often lightly steamed with garlic and olive oil. Within a month, she noticed not only that the cramps had nearly disappeared, but also that her legs felt warmer, less heavy, and more responsive during her daily walks. For her, spinach was more than a side dish. It became part of a return to freedom and confidence in her own body. The lesson here is both scientific and deeply human. Muscles cannot thrive on strength alone. They require nourishment, oxygen, and relaxation. Spinach offers these gifts naturally. Eating it is not just about minerals, but about circulation, vitality, and the renewal of energy. When paired with vitamin C-rich foods such as tomatoes or a squeeze of lemon, the body absorbs iron from spinach more efficiently, adding another layer of benefit for overall stamina. Practical application is simple and enjoyable. Spinach can be blended into a morning smoothie with banana, stirred into an omelet, or served as a warm side dish at dinner. Cooking it lightly not only softens the leaves, but also reduces oxalates, natural compounds that can interfere with mineral absorption, making its nutrients more available. Choosing spinach is choosing better circulation, calmer muscles, and nights of uninterrupted rest. More importantly, it is choosing to believe in the body's ability to heal and renew. Just as blood flows more freely through open vessels, life flows more freely through open choices. Spinach reminds us that aging is not a decline into weakness, but an opportunity to strengthen the connection between nourishment, movement, and joy. Number 4, pumpkin seeds. Centuries ago, Native American tribes valued pumpkin seeds not only as food, but also as medicine. They roasted and ground them to support digestion, strength, and vitality, long before modern science confirmed their remarkable nutritional power. Today, these small seeds remain a timeless remedy, especially for older adults seeking relief from muscle cramps and restless nights. Pumpkin seeds, often called pepitas, are among the richest natural sources of magnesium available. Just 1 ounce, about a small handful, provides close to 168 milligrams of magnesium, which is nearly 40% of the daily requirement for seniors. This single nutrient plays a central role in relaxing muscles, balancing nerve activity, and preventing the sudden tightening that leads to painful cramps. For those who often wake at night with restless legs, magnesium acts as nature's own muscle relaxer. But the benefits do not stop with magnesium. Pumpkin seeds also contain tryptophan, an amino acid that helps the body produce serotonin and melatonin, hormones essential for restful sleep. This is why enjoying a spoonful before bed can have a double effect, preventing cramps while encouraging deeper, more restorative sleep. In addition, pumpkin seeds are packed with zinc, healthy fats, and antioxidants that strengthen immunity and reduce inflammation, supporting not just the muscles but the whole body. Take the example of a retired farmer in Kansas who suffered from cramps that interrupted both his work and his rest. His physician suggested he replace his late-night snack of salty chips with a small bowl of roasted pumpkin seeds. Within weeks, he reported fewer cramps, better sleep, and more energy for the chores that gave meaning to his days. What seemed like a small switch became a powerful reminder that simple foods could restore strength and dignity. The lesson is that true health comes not only from avoiding pain, but from embracing habits that nourish the body and calm the mind. Choosing pumpkin seeds over processed snacks is an act of respect for the body's needs, a way of saying yes to vitality rather than surrendering to discomfort. Application is straightforward. Keep a jar of unsalted pumpkin seeds in the kitchen and enjoy a spoonful in the evening. Sprinkle them on oatmeal or salads, or blend them into a smoothie. The action is small, but the outcome can be significant: muscles that rest instead of twitch, nights of peace instead of interruption, mornings of energy instead of fatigue. The deeper message is one of wisdom carried through generations. Just as Native Americans recognized the healing properties of pumpkin seeds, today's seniors can rediscover their quiet power. In every handful is not just nutrition, but a bridge between the past and the present, a reminder that the path to strength and balance often lies in honoring the simplest gifts of nature. Number 5, salmon and sardine. On the rugged coast of Alaska, fishing has always been more than a livelihood. For generations, families gathered around meals of freshly caught salmon, believing the sea provided not just food but strength and endurance. Sailors along the New England shores also carried sardines in their provisions, knowing these small fish kept them energized during long voyages. Today, science confirms what tradition already knew. Salmon and sardines are treasures of nourishment, especially for older adults seeking relief from cramps and stiffness. A single 3-ounce serving of salmon delivers more than 1,500 milligrams of omega-3 fatty acids, compounds proven to reduce inflammation in muscles and joints. Sardines, though smaller, are equally powerful. Just one can provide nearly 325 milligrams of calcium, especially when eaten with the soft bones, along with vitamin D that helps the body absorb calcium efficiently. This combination is crucial because calcium, magnesium, and potassium work together to ensure muscles contract and relax smoothly. Without it, nerves misfire and cramps become more frequent. For seniors, vitamin D deficiency is particularly common. Often due to limited sun exposure, this deficiency not only weakens bones, but also increases the risk of muscle pain and nighttime cramps. Salmon and sardines are among the very few natural food sources of vitamin D, making them essential for aging bodies that need both muscle and bone support. Consider the story of a retired school principal from Maine who had nearly given up his morning walks due to cramps and joint stiffness. At the encouragement of his physician, he began eating salmon twice a week and adding sardines to his salads. Within 2 months, he reported not only fewer cramps, but also more stable energy and greater mobility. What he gained was more than muscle comfort. It was the joy of reclaiming a part of his life that pain had slowly taken away. The lesson is that food can act as a bridge between past and present, carrying both tradition and science in every bite. Choosing salmon or sardines is not only about filling a plate, but about honoring the body's deep need for anti-inflammatory support, strong bones, and relaxed muscles. Application is simple. Enjoy grilled salmon for dinner twice a week, or keep sardines in the pantry as a quick addition to whole grain toast or a green salad. For those who do not enjoy fish, high-quality fish oil or algae-based supplements can be an alternative, though they lack the natural calcium and vitamin D that sardines provide. Just as the ocean has sustained communities for centuries, its gifts can still sustain vitality in later years. With every serving, salmon and sardines remind us that aging does not mean surrendering mobility or strength. Instead, it is an invitation to embrace nourishment that calms the body, protects the bones, and restores the freedom to move without fear of pain. Number 6. Yogurt. Two women, both in their 70s, lived in the same neighborhood in Vermont. Each night, both of them would sit down to a small snack before bed. One preferred cookies with a cup of tea, a habit she had enjoyed for years. The other, encouraged by her daughter, chose a bowl of Greek yogurt topped with a few pumpkin seeds. The difference in their nights was striking. The woman who relied on cookies often woke with sharp cramps in her calves, tossing and turning until morning. Her sleep was restless, her energy drained, and even a short walk to the mailbox felt like a burden. Meanwhile, her neighbor who had embraced yogurt found that her nights grew calmer. The cramps that once disturbed her rest faded, her mornings were brighter, and her steps more confident. The explanation lies in the science of what was on their plates. A cup of yogurt provides nearly 300 milligrams of calcium, the mineral that helps muscles contract and relax smoothly. Without it, nerves fire too quickly, triggering cramps. Many yogurts also contain vitamin D, which allows the body to absorb calcium efficiently, reinforcing both bones and muscles. Greek yogurt goes even further, offering nearly twice the protein of regular yogurt, about 10 grams per serving, which helps preserve muscle fibers that decline with age. Beyond minerals and protein, yogurt contributes probiotics, beneficial bacteria that improve digestion and nutrient absorption. For older adults, this can make a remarkable difference, ensuring the body actually receives the nutrients it consumes. That is why the woman who ate yogurt slept better, woke with steadier energy, and moved through her day with more ease. The contrast between these two women offers a lesson deeper than nutrition. Choices, even small ones, shape health and quality of life. A cookie offers quick comfort but little support for the body. Yogurt, on the other hand, represents nourishment, balance, and renewal. Application is both simple and versatile. Yogurt can be enjoyed at breakfast with berries and nuts, blended into smoothies for a midday snack, or savored at night with seeds and a drizzle of honey. For those who cannot tolerate lactose, plant-based or lactose-free yogurts fortified with calcium and vitamin D provide the same benefits. The message is clear. Aging with strength and peace is not about giving up enjoyment, but about choosing foods that give back to the body. Yogurt is more than a snack. It is a daily act of self-respect, a reminder that even small decisions before bed can lead to calmer nights, stronger mornings, and a more joyful life. Number 7. Eggs. In the American South, breakfast has always been more than a meal. It is a ritual, a time when families gather around the table with biscuits, grits, and almost always eggs. Whether fried in a cast-iron skillet, scrambled gently, or hard-boiled for a quick bite, eggs have stood as a symbol of strength and comfort for generations. What tradition has handed down, modern science now explains clearly. Eggs are a quiet powerhouse for seniors, especially those who battle cramps, fatigue, or waning energy. One large egg provides about 6 grams of high-quality protein, containing all 9 essential amino acids that the body requires for repairing and preserving muscle fibers. This becomes vital as age naturally brings a decline in muscle mass. Beyond protein, eggs are one of the few natural sources of vitamin B12, which protects the nerves by maintaining their outer coating, ensuring smooth communication between the brain and muscles. Without enough B12, nerves can misfire, leading to tingling, spasms, or painful cramps. A single yolk provides nearly 20% of daily B12 needs. Eggs also contribute vitamin D, another nutrient often lacking in older adults, which aids calcium absorption and fortifies bones, helping muscles contract and relax smoothly. In Georgia, a retired farmer had long made a habit of skipping breakfast, relying only on coffee and toast before heading out to tend his land. As the years passed, he noticed sharp cramps in his legs during chores and restless nights of poor sleep. His physician suggested something simple. Start the day with 2 boiled eggs alongside whole grain bread. Within weeks, the cramps eased, his energy returned, and he was once again able to work his fields with confidence. A neighbor of his, however, continued to skip protein-rich meals and struggled daily with fatigue and muscle discomfort. The contrast between their choices became a living lesson in how even the smallest changes at the table can alter the course of aging. The deeper meaning of eggs is that they carry cultural wisdom as much as nutrition. In the South, serving eggs at breakfast was never just habit. It was a way of preparing the body for resilience and endurance. For seniors today, embracing this tradition connects the present with the past, reminding us that the body still responds to thoughtful care at every stage of life. Application is practical and varied. Eggs can be boiled, poached, or scrambled with spinach, paired with whole grain toast, or served with roasted sweet potatoes for a nutrient-rich meal. For those mindful of cholesterol, one whole egg balanced with additional egg whites still provides protein and B12 without excess. Healthy aging requires both science and tradition. The simple egg that once gave strength to farmers, teachers, and laborers can still support seniors today, offering not only nourishment but dignity, continuity, and renewed vitality. Number 8, coconut water. In Hawaii, coconuts were once called the tree of life because every part of the plant offered nourishment, shelter, or healing. Families would gather after long hours in the fields or by the shore, crack open a green coconut, and share its refreshing water. In Florida, too, coconuts became a symbol of coastal life, their water enjoyed on warm afternoons as both comfort and renewal. What tradition embraced instinctively, science now explains clearly. Coconut water is one of nature's most perfect ways to restore hydration and balance, especially for older adults who struggle with nighttime cramps. A single cup of coconut water provides about 600 milligrams of potassium, more than a banana, along with magnesium, calcium, and just the right touch of sodium. These electrolytes are the very minerals that muscles depend on to contract and relax smoothly. For seniors, particularly those taking medications like diuretics that flush minerals from the body, coconut water can quietly refill what is missing. Unlike commercial sports drinks, often loaded with sugar and artificial colors, coconut water hydrates with purity, offering strength without compromise. On the coast of Miami, a 72-year-old man once described how his nights were haunted by cramps that jolted him from sleep. He had tried stretching before bed. He had taken supplements, yet the relief never lasted. At his doctor's suggestion, he began drinking a small glass of unsweetened coconut water each evening. Within weeks, the midnight cramps that once robbed him of rest began to fade. His sleep grew calmer, his mornings brighter, and he returned to his daily walks along the shoreline with a new steadiness in his step. The lesson reaches deeper than hydration alone. Cramps often reveal not only a lack of water, but a lack of balance between minerals, between activity and rest, even between body and mind. Coconut water offers that balance gently, reminding us that health is not always about more medicine or more effort, but about giving the body what it quietly asks for. Practical application is simple. A glass in the afternoon or evening can keep muscles calm through the night. Blend it into a smoothie with fruit and yogurt. It becomes both refreshing and nourishing. Moderation is important for those with kidney concerns, but for most older adults, one serving a day is safe and deeply beneficial. Aging well often comes not through grand changes, but through rediscovering nature's simplest gifts. Just as coastal families once relied on coconut water to endure sun and labor, today's seniors can rely on it to ease cramps, restore sleep, and preserve vitality. Every sip is a reminder that renewal is possible, and that even the smallest rituals can bring peace to the night and energy to the morning. Number 9, sweet potatoes. As long as we had sweet potatoes, we never went hungry. That familiar saying from the American South reflects more than a memory of hardship. It captures the strength of a humble food that has nourished generations. In the days of the Great Depression, sweet potatoes were baked in wood stoves to stretch meals when money was scarce. They became staples at Sunday suppers and holiday tables, offering warmth, sustenance, and continuity through difficult times. Modern science now explains what tradition always knew. According to the United States Department of Agriculture, a medium sweet potato provides over 500 milligrams of potassium, about 30 milligrams of magnesium, and nearly 40 milligrams of calcium. These minerals work in concert to stabilize nerve signals and regulate muscle contractions, reducing the risk of painful cramps, especially at night. Sweet potatoes are also rich in beta-carotene and vitamin C, antioxidants that the National Institutes of Health has linked to lower levels of inflammation and better joint health. For older adults living with both cramps and arthritis, this combination offers gentle but powerful relief. In North Carolina, a 8-year-old woman recalled how her mother used to place warm roasted sweet potatoes into her children's hands as evening snacks on chilly autumn nights. Years later, plagued by nightly leg cramps, she returned to that same food, eating them several times a week with dinner. Within a month, she found her muscles calmer and her sleep more peaceful. What was once a childhood comfort became her natural remedy in later years, linking memory with healing in the most ordinary yet meaningful way. The lesson is that health is not always hidden in expensive supplements or new discoveries. Often it rests in the foods that have carried us through the hardest times. Sweet potatoes are more than nutrition. They are heritage, resilience, and care embodied in a single food. Bringing them into daily meals is both simple and satisfying. They can be baked whole and drizzled with olive oil, mashed with cinnamon for an evening side dish, or roasted into wedges alongside salmon or chicken. Steaming retains more minerals, while baking enhances natural sweetness. However they are prepared, they provide steady energy, restore balance, and support the body through the night. Sweet potatoes are proof that the foods of the past remain powerful allies today. Each serving is not only nourishment for the body, but also a reminder that resilience is built on simple, enduring gifts that still have the power to comfort, to heal, and to carry us forward. Number 10, almonds. What if something as small as a handful of nuts could protect your muscles, calm inflammation, and even help you sleep better at night? It may sound too simple, yet almonds have been quietly offering these benefits for centuries. Once carried in the pockets of travelers crossing the American West, almonds symbolized endurance and quick nourishment. Today, science confirms that this traditional food is more than a convenient snack. It is a powerful ally against muscle cramps and age-related fatigue. A 1-ounce serving of almonds, about 23 nuts, provides 76 milligrams of magnesium, along with healthy monounsaturated fats, plant-based protein, and a significant dose of vitamin E. According to the Harvard School of Public Health, diets rich in nuts, particularly almonds, are associated with reduced inflammation, improved circulation, and better muscle recovery. Vitamin E acts as a strong antioxidant, protecting muscle cells from oxidative stress that often accelerates with aging. For seniors, this means more than comfort. It means preserving strength and independence. In California's Central Valley, where almond orchards stretch for miles, a retired teacher began eating a small handful of almonds every afternoon. For years, he had suffered from cramps in the evenings that interrupted his rest. After replacing his usual processed snack with almonds, he noticed his muscles felt steadier, his cramps less frequent, and his energy more reliable throughout the day. What began as a simple snack became a daily ritual of self-care, rooted in both local tradition and scientific wisdom. The lesson is that health often comes not from dramatic changes, but from consistent, mindful choices. Almonds nourish the muscles with magnesium, protect them with vitamin E, and fuel them with protein. More importantly, they provide a sense of empowerment, proof that even the smallest habits can bring visible results. Application is straightforward. A small handful in the afternoon provides steady energy and protection against cramps. They can also be sprinkled over oatmeal, blended into smoothies, or paired with yogurt in the evening to enhance both taste and benefit. For those mindful of calories, portioning almonds into small bags ensures balance without excess. The deeper message is that resilience in aging is built on attention to the details of daily life. Almonds remind us that the path to strength and vitality is often found in the smallest of choices, choices that honor both the wisdom of tradition and the clarity of modern science. By choosing almonds, one chooses not only nourishment, but also a philosophy of living, simple, balanced, and deeply life-affirming. Number 10, almonds. What if something as small as a handful of nuts could ease muscle tension, protect your cells, and keep your energy steady throughout the day? For generations, almonds have been more than a snack. They were carried by pioneers moving west across America, valued for their long-lasting nourishment. Today, science affirms what history suggests. Almonds are a source of resilience, especially for older adults who want to calm nighttime cramps and preserve vitality. A 1-ounce serving, about 23 almonds, provides 76 milligrams of magnesium, along with vitamin E, protein, and heart-healthy fats. Research from the Harvard School of Public Health has linked regular nut consumption to reduced inflammation, improved circulation, and stronger overall health. Magnesium helps regulate nerve signals and keeps muscles from contracting too tightly, while vitamin E protects muscle fibers from the oxidative damage that accelerates with age. Together, these nutrients form a quiet but powerful defense against cramps and fatigue. In California's Central Valley, where almond orchards stretch to the horizon, a retired teacher made a simple change in his daily routine. He swapped his late afternoon cookie for a handful of almonds. Within weeks, the cramps that once interrupted his evenings became less frequent, and his energy lasted longer into the day. That small bowl of nuts turned into more than food. It became a reminder that the body still responds to thoughtful care no matter the age. Choosing almonds is a way of adding strength and protection in the most accessible form. They fit easily into everyday meals, scattered over morning oatmeal, blended into a smoothie, or paired with a cup of yogurt in the evening. Even eaten alone, a modest handful offers steady support for muscles and nerves. For those mindful of calories, pre-portioning them into small bags ensures the benefits without overindulgence. Almonds carry with them a message worth holding on to. Health is not built by dramatic gestures, but by consistent, deliberate acts of care. Each almond is small, yet together they bring measurable strength. They are proof that the journey toward comfort and stability in later years does not demand complexity, only awareness, patience, and trust in the simple gifts of nature. Number 11. Tart cherries. A bowl of deep red cherries on a summer evening brings back memories of picnics in Michigan orchards, family gatherings under warm skies, and the sweetness of simple pleasures. For many, cherries are a taste of childhood, but tart cherries in particular carry benefits that reach far beyond nostalgia. They are among the most powerful natural allies for older adults seeking relief from muscle cramps and sleepless nights. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has shown that tart cherries contain high levels of anthocyanins, compounds that reduce inflammation and support muscle recovery. They are also one of the richest natural sources of melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep cycles. For seniors, this combination is invaluable. Reduced inflammation means calmer muscles, and melatonin means deeper, more restorative rest. A cup of tart cherry juice can improve both the quality of sleep and the frequency of nighttime cramps. In Traverse City, Michigan, known as the cherry capital of the world, a retired mail carrier shared his story. After decades of walking routes, his legs often ached and cramped at night. At the suggestion of a local nutritionist, he began drinking a small glass of tart cherry juice in the evening. Within weeks, the nightly cramps eased, and for the first time in years, he began sleeping through the night without interruption. What had once been just a summer fruit became a cornerstone of his evening routine. Tart cherries are versatile and easy to bring into daily life. Fresh when in season, dried as a snack, or as juice before bedtime, they deliver their benefits in many forms. For those managing blood sugar, choosing unsweetened juice or pairing dried cherries with a handful of almonds helps maintain balance. There is a quiet truth in this fruit. Health is often strengthened not by complicated regimens, but by returning to the natural rhythms of the earth. Just as cherries ripen in their season, the body finds renewal when given what it needs in the right measure. For older adults, tart cherries offer more than flavor. They provide relief, rest, and a reminder that even in later years, the simplest pleasures still have the power to heal. Number 12. Whole grains. A steaming bowl of oatmeal on a chilly morning is a scene familiar to many American households. It is simple, warm, and comforting, a food that has carried families through generations. Beyond comfort, whole grains such as oatmeal, brown rice, and whole wheat bread offer remarkable benefits for older adults, particularly in calming muscle cramps and stabilizing energy throughout the day. The Whole Grains Council reports that diets rich in whole grains are linked to better heart health, improved digestion, and steadier blood sugar levels. For seniors, the key lies in their magnesium content. A single cup of cooked oatmeal provides nearly 60 milligrams of magnesium, while a cup of brown rice adds close to 80 milligrams. These minerals support nerve function, prevent the overstimulation that triggers cramps, and help the body maintain the calm rhythm necessary for restful sleep. In Iowa, A retired carpenter had struggled with cramps that interrupted both his work in the garden and his rest at night. For years he relied on white bread and processed cereals. At his doctor's recommendation, he began starting his mornings with steel-cut oatmeal topped with berries and almonds. Within weeks, the cramps that once kept him from enjoying his hobbies began to subside. More than just relief, he found that his energy lasted longer through the day, giving him the strength to care for his home and enjoy time with his grandchildren. Whole grains are easy to weave into daily meals. Oatmeal in the morning, a side of brown rice or quinoa at dinner, or whole wheat bread for a sandwich can make a steady difference. When paired with vegetables, nuts, or dairy, they provide a balanced combination of minerals and protein that supports both muscles and nerves. For those with gluten sensitivities, gluten-free options such as buckwheat or millet offer the same mineral support. The quiet truth is that whole grains remind us health is built not on quick fixes, but on steady, enduring choices. Just as grains have sustained communities for centuries, they continue to provide strength and stability for older adults today. A simple bowl of oatmeal is not just breakfast. It is a daily affirmation that comfort, nourishment, and resilience can be part of every stage of life. Number 13. Water. On a wooden kitchen table, a simple glass of cool water catches the morning light. No label, no recipe, no cost beyond turning on the tap, yet this humble drink is often the most overlooked remedy for one of the most common problems among older adults: painful leg cramps. Research from the National Academies of Sciences recommends that older men drink about 3.7 liters, 125 ounces, of fluids per day, and older women about 2.7 liters, 91 ounces. Yet many seniors fall short, not because they refuse water, but because with age the sense of thirst diminishes. The body quietly loses moisture, especially with medications like diuretics, until the imbalance finally shows itself at night in the form of restless cramps. In Arizona, a 74-year-old man who spent years in the dry desert climate suffered nightly cramps so severe they forced him out of bed. For months he tried supplements, massage, and new shoes, but nothing helped. A nurse at his local clinic asked him a simple question: "How much water are you drinking each day?" Realizing it was far less than recommended, he began carrying a reusable bottle and sipping steadily throughout the day. The change seemed too simple, yet within 2 weeks his nights grew calmer, and the cramps that had haunted him for years almost disappeared. The way to put this into practice is gentle but consistent. Rather than waiting until thirst arrives, sip water at regular intervals, a glass upon waking, another with each meal, and smaller amounts throughout the day. For those who struggle to remember, keeping a filled pitcher or bottle visible on the counter or desk serves as a quiet reminder. Herbal teas, coconut water, and water-rich fruits like oranges or melons also contribute, though plain water remains the foundation. There is a quiet wisdom in this most ordinary act. Health does not always demand new discoveries or complicated treatments. Sometimes it is found in returning to what has always sustained life. Each glass of water is not only hydration but also an affirmation of care, a reminder that even the simplest rituals hold the power to calm the body, restore sleep, and strengthen the spirit. In the end, aging well is not about grand solutions but about steady habits. Just as a glass of water can prevent the painful grip of a cramp, it can also symbolize a deeper truth. The body, no matter its age, still responds to kindness, balance, and attention. Water is not only the last item on this list, but the first step toward nights of peace and days of vitality. Nighttime cramps can steal away rest, leaving the body tired and the spirit heavy. Yet, as we have seen through stories of teachers, farmers, grandmothers, and mail carriers, relief is possible when we learn to truly listen to the body and respond with care. Bananas replenishing potassium, avocados calming nerves with healthy fats, spinach and pumpkin seeds restoring magnesium, salmon and sardines offering omega-3 seconds and vitamin D, yogurt and eggs supporting strength, coconut water balancing electrolytes, sweet potatoes and almonds bringing steady energy, tart cherries soothing with melatonin, whole grains stabilizing the system, and water, the most essential of all. Each of these foods holds a piece of the puzzle. But the real lesson runs deeper than minerals and vitamins. Good health is born from awareness. It begins the moment one pauses to listen, when the body whispers of thirst, when the legs ache for movement, when the spirit longs for rest. By honoring these signals with nourishing foods, gentle stretches, consistent hydration, and a hopeful outlook, life in the later years can still be vibrant, joyful, and full of dignity. These stories remind us that aging is not surrender but transformation. Every choice, no matter how small, becomes a way to restore strength and peace. Each banana, each glass of water, each mindful habit is not just nourishment but a declaration. I am listening to my body and I am choosing to live well. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, do so now and become part of a community dedicated to aging with grace, vitality, and confidence. Share this video with someone who may need these reminders, and leave a comment with your own story so that together we can inspire and uplift one another. Thank you for watching. May your nights be calm, your mornings bright, and your days filled with health and renewal. Wishing you a day ahead full of strength, peace, and gentle joy.